There's a lot that I didn't cover about PvP in my last video, so this is for all the sweaty gamer tryhards trying to compete with veteran players, or just people eating breakfast in the morning. You do you, bucko. We'll begin with hitboxes. You need to understand that just by being on your machine gives you the ability to kill. There's a hitbox in front of you when you're cruising forward. This hitbox disappears when you're charged or breaking in the hack pack. You can abuse this mechanic. I introduce to you A-tapping. Your hitbox can reappear over and over again just by pressing A over and over again. So when you ram into someone, you can follow up with some A-taps to add some additional damage. Okay, but you don't just ram into people, you probably are also quick spinning. By quick spinning, you can activate another hitbox and make yourself invulnerable for 20 iframes. At the highest level of PvP, you need to use both of these mechanics in order to maximize your output damage. Let's watch a clip to see what it looks like when it's strung together. I'm A-tapping as I approach my opponent, and then follow it up with a quick spin. Okay, but where do we go from here? Well, the final step would be to use an item. Here's an example. There are 11 different copy abilities, and I've separated them into two different categories: good and situational. Let me explain. Most of the good category can combine quick spins and A-taps so that they can be even more powerful. Now I know it might seem obvious, but I see beginners only using their sword ability or only A-tapping with the needle ability. Let's start with the needle and fire ability because they're both similar. Both of these guys have a permanent hitbox if you are in direct contact with the ability. In contrast, something like the freeze ability does not share the same feature. And just a small tangent. When you're playing on the hack pack, you never want to press the Z button to remove these abilities. This is literally just free damage! Okay, tangent over. Moving on, we have the mic ability. Not much to say other than there's a humongous attack area. You could prioritize them during a pillar event. It depends. The tornado ability actually activates upon touching it, and gives you a small invulnerability window, along with other abilities, so you can sneak in a few initial hits. Also, you can use it to attack people from underground, if you're in those spots. The sword can sometimes come in clutch, and provide a mini stun lock, if you glue yourself onto your opponent. Pretty straightforward. Plasma is the most versatile weapon in the game. There's 5 levels of plasmas, but I want to focus on 3 and up. Level 3 has 3 projectiles that shoot out, and each one of them can deal damage. To maximize the damage, you need to get real close to someone and hit all 3 of them. Level 4 and 5 can be used to snipe people from across the map. Plasma abuses another concept known as hit stun. There's a small time frame when the opponent gets hit and therefore loses control of Kirby. You can abuse this mechanic to combo back-to-back attacks. To finish the discussion on plasmas, I also want to bring your attention back to quick spins. There's 20 frames of invulnerability, but after that you're pretty much vulnerable. Abuse this window of opportunity, and I guarantee that you'll level up your gameplay. Even if someone dodges your level 5 plasma, okay, whatever, just aim at level 3 or 4 at them, and then you'll hit them during that window of vulnerability. We're now left with the last remaining abilities. These can be good in niche applications. The bomb ability can have up to 3 ticks of damage, but can be iframed each time. It does not deal damage if you are gliding into it, and even pushes you up. Pretend you're playing the floor as lava and don't touch the ground. The wing ability causes you to glide a little bit when you grab it, And once it's removed, your glide actually resets, and you can go up even further. The wheel ability makes you go fast, good for races and boost panels, but terrible for actual PvP purposes. Last, we have the sleep ability. You can actually pass on the sleep onto other players if Kirby comes into contact with another player. The last thing we'll cover are a few items of the green box. We're not going to cover all of them, since most of them are self-explanatory with no hidden features. These three on the bottom are noteworthy exceptions. The Panic Spin gives you 2 seconds of iframes, which can be extremely broken in Destruction Derby 5, where you can become invulnerable and still deal tons of damage for a long set of time. Try to avoid stacking another item on top of your Panic Spin, because your Panic Spin hitbox disappears. The defense power-up does not only give you a raise in your defense, but gives you weight, and because of that, makes you go a little bit faster. Lastly, we have the cannon. This has a set 25 bullets, and you can store them by mashing the A button very, very fast. And then you can pull off silly things like this. Okay, I have taught you basically everything you need to know to become a pro PvPer. Now it's up to you to actually use your fingers fast enough and activating your neurons fast enough to fight in the ring with other Kirbys. Join the Kirby Air Ride Discord server, link in the description below, and I'll see you there.